Welcome back to Mimi's Organic Eats. Today we're making my traditional butter pound cake loaf. This buttery and dense and perfectly sweetened pound cake is going to be your new favorite. I have spent so many years perfecting this recipe to mimic one that I had as a kid. I modeled this butter pound cake off a recipe I had at my Aunt Marina's 4th of July parties every single year. And as a small child, I think I ate pretty much that entire cake to myself every single year. So let me show you guys how to make one of my all-time favorite cakes. So first we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And now this is a recipe that I made at my bake shop too, so if you guys were a customer at my bake shop and you had this recipe, I'm going to share the exact ingredients and brands that I use so you can make it taste exactly like you had it at the bakery. So pound cake is one of those cakes where it has very few ingredients, and so the ingredients really matter. So I highly recommend buying organic for the best flavor. So this pound cake starts with a high quality organic salted butter. We have 113 grams of butter. We want to make sure that this butter is soft. You want to let it soften at room temperature. I left mine out last night until then I'm making the pound cake today, so I think that's the best way to soften butter naturally, and it's going to give you the best crumb in this pound cake. So I'm using Organic Valley, but you guys can use your favorite organic salted butter. So next we have 340 grams of organic cane sugar. And now cane sugar doesn't really matter quite as much for the brand. They're all going to be pretty much similar. We use Wholesome at my bakery, and I really love Relative Foods now as they're a smaller company and I love supporting smaller companies. So next we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And now this is an ingredient where the brand can make a huge difference. Vanilla extract has a distinct flavor depending on which brand that you use. I'm a huge fan of Simply Organic. This is what we use in my bakery. It's still what I use in my house every single day. So if you want this pound cake to taste just like it did at my bakery, buy the Simply Organic. Now we're going to mix the butter and sugar on low until combined and there's no butter chunks. Once the butter and sugar is completely combined and there's no butter chunks, then we're going to add in 3 large eggs. So it really helps to have your dairy at room temperature whenever making cakes with soft butter. So here's why. This is because when you add in cold dairy such as eggs, milk, or cream into butter that has been softened, it can cause the butter to seize up. This is bad in cakes because that can cause air pockets in the cake batter, and that can result in a dry and crumbly cake as opposed to a really tender crumb. So that's why recipes will call for room temperature eggs and milk whenever making cakes with soft butter. So now you're just going to mix the eggs on low until combined with the butter. And just like the 3 rotations, we just want to break the yolks and combine the eggs. So now I have half a cup of milk that's at room temperature, and we're going to add this into the butter mixture. And you guys definitely need to use whole milk. That's going to give you the best flavor and the best texture. So I have 212 grams of cake flour and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now we're just going to add this in on top of the milk. And now I make my own cake flour because I can't find a good organic cake flour on the market that I actually like. A lot of the organic cake flours on the market are going to be like a whole wheat or like a stone milled. So they're going to be like darker in color and a little bit different flavor. If you're looking for like a white cake flour that's organic, it's not really out there. So I make my own. You can easily do it with all-purpose flour and a little bit of cornstarch. I'll link the recipe in the description for you guys. But that's what I'm using in this pound cake today. Now we're going to mix this on low until we have a smooth cake batter. And now whenever making any kind of cake batter, you guys always want to scrape down the sides of the bowl. This is going to help so much to combine the ingredients. That way we don't have any little pieces of butter or flour that are stuck to the sides. Now it's time to transfer the batter to a 1-pound loaf pan and spread it out evenly. If you're not lining your loaf pan with parchment paper, be sure to grease it well. Then you're going to bake for about 1 hour to 1 hour and 15 minutes. Make sure you guys check to see if your pound cake is done before removing it from the oven. You can do that by inserting a toothpick in the center, or if you don't have a toothpick, just use a chopstick or a butter knife. Now, I believe pound cake is one of those cakes that you have to let it cool 100%. I really don't enjoy this cake warm at all, so I really like to make it the day before I want to enjoy it, let it sit overnight, and I know it's cooled completely. This way, it's also easier to remove it from the loaf pan. Then we're just going to sift a little bit of powdered sugar on top. Slice up some fresh strawberries, and this is ready to serve. And now this pound cake is like a blank slate. You guys could put anything on top of it and it would be delicious. You could drizzle it with caramel sauce, chocolate ganache. You could use your favorite frosting or glaze like vanilla bean or strawberry. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and leave a comment below. And if you want more bakery style cake recipes just like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join me next time in the kitchen.